It must be Christmas if the Nutcracker Suite is here already. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? And we are happy to have with us folks from the Lehigh Valley Ballet Guild here to talk a little bit about the local production and then also one that's taking place in New York City that'll feature a Lehigh Valley product in Natalie Hedrick. Ava Gelati also very prominent in the local production here, as she will be the role again?
The Snow Queen. The
Snow Queen. Karen, tell us a little bit about the successes. I mean, this is phenomenal. You've got someone who's studying in New York City and is going to be in a New York City production, and your other protege here, Ava, is going to be taking a role at such a great young age for what's usually held by a professional.
It's tremendous successes, and it really boils down to, I think, their training. They're so focused, they're so disciplined, and it really stemmed from their summer studies. Both Natalie and Ava went away for a 6-week summer program, intensive study, wow. And that's really what changed Natalie's direction. Now Natalie has chosen to go and study in New York. And Ava was offered to study down at the Harrods School down in Florida, and she decided not to go away.
It's not such a great commute.
No, not really.
But what a great honor, nonetheless.
It was. They take first the summer they take 60 students, and then after that they take even less. There's 40 students in the year-round program, and they only take I think a third of the summer to stay for the year-round. So, and they usually don't take anyone who's going into junior or senior year. They like them younger.
I see.
So it's really, really difficult to be accepted into their year-round program.
That's a tremendous honor. That really is. Congratulations on that. And thank you for sticking around. I mean, you've got such a great role here coming up. And Karen, let's talk a little bit about this particular role, because as you mentioned, it's usually an equity dancer that would fill that role.
The Ballet Guild's mission has always been, since I believe 1968, we always bring in very high caliber guest artists so that the students are dancing right up with the best of the best in the world. This year we have Ashley Bowder, who's principal with New York City Ballet, being our guest artist, and her husband, Matthew Dibble, who dances with Tyler Tharp, will be her cavalier. Next to that, we have Ava dancing the role of the Snow Queen.
Fantastic. We're going to leave that picture up for a little while because there's more to add when it comes to this group photograph. And Karen, maybe you can explain who that young lady is in the middle there.
That is a master class, and again, it's part of the training that the students have. The guest teacher was Sarah Lane. Sarah Lane was our guest artist 2 years ago for the Nutcracker. She dances with ABT. And that's American Ballet Theater, and she was actually Natalie Portman's double in Black Swan, so many people know her from that.
And how terrific that you had so many students that were there to learn from her directly. Just terrific. And here we see another coach working with another artist.
Another master class. That's Juan Carlos Penuela, and that's Ava. He's actually giving her a correction in class.
I imagine the title would be artistic director. I'm a sports guy. I call them coaches. I apologize. I don't mean to be belittling anybody, but just terrific to have that kind of influence. And I'm sure that girls, when you do have these masters come in, you're probably learning different things from different people. I mean, it must be great to not just have one teacher come in, but you have like all these great experts coming in to help out. Tell us a little bit about the experiences there.
It's really important to have master classes, I believe, just because you need to have a variation in how you're learning and the techniques that you're learning. It would be like if you're in like a normal school, like school that everyone goes to, and you had the same teacher for your whole life. You would never have any variation of teaching techniques or different ways to learn. So it gives you a wider range of ability, and it makes you a more versatile dancer.
We're taking a look at some of the photos of each of you in different productions. And Ava, we just saw your portfolio shot. You said that was a necessary requirement in the portfolio that you have a photograph of certain positions, is it?
If you're auditioning to go away for the summer, usually you need a 3x5 or a little bit bigger, 4x6, a 4x6 photo of you in a position called first arabesque. And that just helps them judge, it helps teachers and directors of the companies that you're auditioning for judge how your placement and your technique. Just like seeing you right there in front of them in a picture.
Interesting. I don't know how you hold a position like that without cables. I'd be in traction after that, that's for sure. And we also saw a photograph here of Natalie a little while ago with, is it easy to dance in a cone hat like that, or kind of challenging? But tell us a little bit about that role that you played. Was that you, or was it Ava? Oh, I'm sorry. We have a span of years here too, and that was probably an earlier production, I'm guessing.
That was a few years ago. That was in The Sorcerer's Apprentice, which was part of a larger show called Magical Tales, and that was the Ballet Guild in cooperation with the Allentown Symphony Orchestra at the Allentown Symphony Hall, and that hat, it kind of it demonstrates how dancers have to be able to dance with props and with weird costumes. You have to be able to do whatever your artistic director says. So that hat, and it wasn't that bad. I mean, there have been worse, but it was hard to handle.
Karen, we've come a long way from excuse me, having to walk with a book on your head and not have it fall off. Some of the techniques have to be pretty inventive and innovative, I would think, to kind of bring young students like this up to the levels that they are at this point.
It's all part of the training. It's a slow process. Repeat, 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 till you build the muscle memory. Once that muscle memory is built, it's okay if you have that little bit of stage fright or nerves. You have rehearsed it so much that your body knows what to do.
Exactly, yes. And that's something we can carry over between ballet and sports. It works the same way on the playing field as well. As far as, you mentioned the repetition, absolutely, in any endeavor that requires so much of you physically. But the benefit of bringing in some of the great instructors and also having a solid core of instructors here in the Lehigh Valley, that's got to be a great combination.
We have a great team of faculty that the students are getting a well-rounded education dance-wise, many different styles and techniques, but coming together so they can go anywhere and do any style.
All right, we're going to take a quick break here, Karen and Natalie and Ava. When we come back, we'll talk about this beautiful work of art to my right that will be worn by Ava as the Snow Queen in the local Nutcracker production by the Ballet Guild of Lehigh Valley. And we'll also talk about Natalie Hedrick's roles in Nutcracker at Brooklyn Academy of Music. Now, that one will be between December 7th and the 16th. So you've got some great opportunities here to see the Nutcracker, both here and in New York City. Keep it here on Community Spotlight.
Forget everything you know about cable and internet providers. RCN has rewritten the rules. We're redefining how you communicate. We've invested millions in our infrastructure to redefine how you watch and interact with your TV, how you connect to the world, how you stay in touch, how you conduct business. We've redefined how we serve you. We've made a customer pledge to put you first. We're a different kind of communications company, a better kind of company. Call today for the best in internet, digital TV, and phone.